What is Jamboard? You might have heard people using something called Jamboard during distance learning. Jamboard is Google's whiteboard software, which allows up to 50 people to collaborate together in real time. To create a Jamboard, go to jamboard.google.com or click New from Google Drive. To create a new Jam, click on the orange circle in the bottom right of the screen. This will create a completely blank space. Of the tools that are on the left of the screen, the one that you'll use the most is sticky notes. These allow students to type their thoughts and add them to the screen. This works really well if you're asking students to respond to a discussion question. To change the name of your file, click on the three dots at the top right of the screen to rename it. This can now be shared with students in the same way as any other Google file through Google Classroom. To share your Jamboard with students, go to your Google Classroom and click on Create Assignment. Fill in everything else as you normally would, click on Add and find your new Jamboard. Just like any other Google file, you can choose what access you want to give to the students. If you set it to students can view the file, that means they can only look at it. So it'll be like a traditional presentation. If you set it to students can edit the file, that means that all of the students that are in your Google Classroom will be able to write together on the same document. Okay, this is brilliant for distance learning because it means everybody is involved and they're all writing together, and you'll be able to see that all of them are working on the same file. You can also make a copy for each student. So if you want to know who has done that piece of work, then I would recommend putting make a copy for each student. But then when you are teaching live over Google Meet, it won't be as easy to see what everybody is doing at the same time. So if you do want them to collaborate, then you need to select students can edit the file. They will be able to delete each other's work, so you need to make sure that your expectations are really clear from the start of the lesson. If you do need to lock a Jamboard, you can go back and change the settings to view only at any point, including during your live lesson if you need to do that. While you are live teaching, share your screen as normal and you'll be able to see students contributing on your recording of that lesson. Their profile icon will show up next to where they are editing, but it is really small. So you will need to trust your class that they can be sensible because it's basically anonymous. You may find that students are actually more willing to engage with your lesson in this way. And the great thing about students collaborating together live in your lesson is that you are constantly offering verbal feedback on those suggestions as their responses start appearing. And it makes it feel a little bit more like a normal lesson would.